Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'll be collaborating with ulahair and they sent me 2 bundles of straight hair. I believe it was 18 inches and I will be showing you how to do the all back sleek ponytail style using a model. First thing I did was to first comb out her hair, make sure it was detangled, and I then went in with the blow dryer to make sure that everything was blow dried, and then after that I did go in with the straightener to straighten her hair a little bit more than it already is in its natural state. I did straighten it section by section so it make sure it was bone straight, because this is the type of style that she wanted, and depending on what type of ponytail you were doing, heat is necessary but not too much heat. I did also use oil and heat protect beforehand to make sure that her hair is not going to be damaged after this protective style. So this video will be sped up. I'm showing you the full process, and this video was 1 hour long, so I sped it up so you can see the full process of me doing the style. As you can see right now, I am literally spraying got to be spray and brushing her hair up to make sure it's nice and sleek. I am then doing that section by section. I'm also using the blow dryer to set the got to be, as well as I'm brushing it. The way that she wanted the style is a full all back, high, kind of high-ish ponytail. I do go back sometimes and I change it up depending on what she wanted, because she did show me a picture. Also, as you can see, what I'm showing you right now is the section that I want to go up, and as you can see, I'm just sectioning it and I'm spraying the got to be. This process is tiresome, it is long, because you have to keep changing depending on how the hair wants to mold, and you have to be quite quick as well, because got to be likes to set very quickly. I like to make sure everything, the hair is combed and detangled beforehand, and make sure everything, there is no flyaways, the hair is smooth. And mind you, you don't want to use too much got to be, because it does go kind of grayish and quite hard. Sorry, that's a fine line. And if that happens, you can always go back with an oil sheen and spray on the hair to make it back to its original state, which is nice and shiny and smooth. As you can see, I'm doing this process multiple times to make sure that everything is right and the hair stays in place. I do use a lot of rubber bands, but I do go ahead and take some out depending on how tight it is. Now I'm going in with the front section, blow drying that straight. I'm then going to straighten section by section like I did to the other section. I'm also then going to use the hot comb on this section and hot comb her edges, her roots, to make sure they're nice and straight. And I went in with a wax stick to make sure that all the flyaways are all nice and tucked and smooth, so when it comes to spraying the hair, I don't have too much to do. After this, I did go in and do her edges before I completely sleeked everything down. But yeah, we'll see the process as it goes. Now that the hair has been hot combed and straightened, I'm now going to readjust the back to make sure the front and the back match. As you can see, I'm just not really removing, but taking out her baby hairs and sweeping them. And what I found is that her baby hairs are very long, and she requested for me to cut them. You don't have to do this for your model or for yourself. This is just her preference, this is what she wanted. And I did go ahead and cut some of the baby hairs, and I tried to mold them in a way that she liked and the way that looked and fitted her face, if that makes sense. But yes. I went ahead with the blow dryer to set the hair in place and the areas which I was brushing and gluing with the Got To Be spray. I also did set the edges, making sure that they stayed in place. And then as you can see right now, you see me that I'm trying to cut the baby hairs, and I'm just showing you a more clearer view of the baby hairs and what exactly I am doing. So what I'm doing right now is making sure that the whole, all the hair is nice and intact, and I'm just brushing through, making sure that the hair is not tangled. And then as you can see, I'm just spraying the final Got To Be around the hair and brushing any of the flyaways back. I went in and I finished the baby hair on that side, and I'm gonna go on the other side and finish it as well. As you can see, I did a little swoopy period, and I'm just doing the other side as well, just to make sure it matches the other side, to make sure it's identical and symmetrical. I did go in and use gummy styling wax. As you can see, I'm such a perfectionist. I always like to go back and make sure everything is nice and good and symmetrical. I'm just making sure I'm drying the hair, making sure it's nice and set. I'm then going to use my black paper wrap just to set the baby hairs while I braid her natural hair, and then go in with the tracks or the bundles. Like I said, they did send me 2 straight bundles, 18 inches. What I'm doing right now is I'm just spraying extra, you don't have to, and I'm making sure everything's nice and molded before I go in with the final rubber bands and making sure it's nice and secure. As you can see, now that everything is nice and done, I am going to go in with the braiding. I braid all the way down and I use a rubber band to tie the ends. And I'm going to use my sewing needle and sew the bundles onto her hair. You don't have to do this. You can use the gluing method with the, I believe it's the paper wrap. A lot of people do that. That's like the quick way, or you can go with the sewing. It depends on you, whatever method you feel comfortable with, you can do. She said that she wanted the hair to last longer, so I went in with the sewing. I personally like to use the C-shaped needle because it's much better. If you have the straight needle, that's perfect as well. It just depends on your preference. Now, as you can see, I'm now sewing the bundles onto her hair, and when I took out the bundles are very soft. I ran my fingers through it. There was no shedding at that moment in time. I believe that these bundles are of good quality and they will stay for a long time. Also, this style is versatile. When she does decide to take this out, she can always keep the bundles and make a wig out of it. That's how good the bundles are. Like I said, this company's name is ulahair, and this is the hair that I will be using. I went ahead and started sewing from the bottom of her hair all the way to the top. I ended up using the full two packets 2 bundles of hair to make the ponytail very nice and full. As you can see, I'm brushing through it with my fingers and there was no shedding at all. This, I believe, is now the second bundle that I'm sewing on, and I make sure I sew all the way to the top. Well, not all the way, but all the way near the rubber band, and then I'm going to use the last track to wrap around her hair. Make sure that's nice and secure. That is the one part you cannot mess up. That's the part that hides the track. So you make sure that it's nice and combed out, and you use the got-to-be spray to secure. As you can see, I'm now wrapping the hair. I took a part of the hair from the back and I'm using my comb to comb through while I wrap. Some people like to wrap and spray. I like to wrap then spray. That's just my preference. It depends on you. And then I'm going to use my finger and rub in the got-to-be and make sure it's nice and secure. And then went back and combed any flyaways that I did see. I went ahead and brushed the bundles. I also decided to change up the look, kind of. I didn't want to keep the bundles straight, so I ended up curling the ends. I also put heat protector on them as well. I'm going to show you that. I used a straightener to curl the ends. You can use a curler or anything, flexi rods, whatever you choose to get your desired curls. I decided to use a straightener and I curled the hair. For more details on how to curl the hair with a straightener, I will be doing a video, but here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe for my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at Dynasty Luxe Lounge. Also follow the hair company. I will link their information in the description bar below. But thank you guys for watching this video, and peace.